Chennedy, Carter now with 12 points off the bench. And then the lay from
Chennedy Carter, after all the drama, all the controversy, has just been fired. Yeah, you heard that right. This wasn't just a hard foul or part of the game. This was an outright attack on Caitlin Clark, the biggest name in women's basketball right now. And instead of apologizing, Carter doubled down. She mocked the situation. She acted like she was untouchable. Well, guess what? She's not. The WNBA just sent a clear message this kind of behavior won't be tolerated. But is it too little, too late? Has the league ignored bad behavior for too long? And more importantly, is this the end of Carter's career? Because let's be real, you don't take out the league's biggest star and just walk away from it. So what happens next? Let's break it all down. But before we jump into the good stuff, take a quick second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. By joining our crew, you'll always be in the loop with the latest WNBA updates, expert takes, and breakdowns of big moves just like this. Don't miss out, we've got every angle covered. So hit that like button, subscribe, and let's dive right in. Picture this, a close game, tensions high, and then bam. Carter delivers a hit on Caitlin Clark that leaves fans, analysts, and even players stunned. This wasn't just a rough play or a passionate moment. It was intentional, aggressive, and completely unnecessary. The worst part? Instead of showing remorse, Carter doubled down, then tripled down. Instead of owning up, she took to social media and, in true internet fashion, acted like nothing happened. Let's be real, getting fired from a WNBA team is no small thing. Carter was already on thin ice, and this incident might just be the last straw. While the league has a history of giving players second chances, it's hard to see how Carter bounces back from this one. Not only did she commit one of the most controversial acts in recent memory, but she also refused to acknowledge any wrongdoing. WNBA teams are businesses. They want players who contribute on the court and represent the league in a positive light. If you're talented but bring nothing but headaches, teams will cut their losses. And right now, Carter is looking like a walking PR disaster. It's a shame, really. Carter had potential. She was a rising star, known for her scoring ability and defensive tenacity. She had moments of brilliance on the court where she looked like she could be a top-tier player in the league. But all of that is overshadowed now. The basketball world isn't talking about her highlights. They're talking about her temper, her attitude, and the moment she let her emotions get the best of her. Let's be honest, this isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about reputation, professionalism, and whether Carter can be trusted on a team. Coaches want players who can be counted on in high-pressure moments, and right now, Carter looks like a liability more than an asset. If she had handled this differently, if she had shown some humility, taken responsibility, and attempted to make things right, her future might still be bright. But instead, she doubled down, acting as if she was above the consequences. So does she have a future in the WNBA? Never say never. Stranger things have happened in professional sports, but it's going to take a miracle-level redemption arc for any team to take a chance on her now. And even if a team does give her a shot, she'll be on the shortest leash imaginable. One more misstep, and she could be out of professional basketball for good. If she truly loves the game, she needs to do some serious soul-searching. She needs to show not just that she can play, but that she can be a responsible teammate, a professional athlete, and someone the league can rely on. If she can pull that off, maybe, just maybe, she'll get another chance. But for now, it's looking like an uphill battle, and she has no one to blame but herself. On the other hand, let's talk about Caitlin Clark. Love her or hate her, she is the face of the WNBA right now. The league has never seen this level of attention, ticket sales, and media coverage. And a large part of that is because of Clark's star power. She's breaking records, drawing in fans, and proving that women's basketball is must-watch entertainment. Every time she steps on the court, it feels like history is being made. She's got the shooting skills, the vision, and the leadership to elevate the game to new heights. And guess what? The fans absolutely love her for it. So if you think for a second that the WNBA is going to let anything jeopardize Clark's rise, you're kidding yourself. Carter picked the worst possible target. You don't go after the player who's single-handedly elevating the league. It's like trying to tackle LeBron James at an NBA All-Star event, career suicide. Clark is the player bringing new eyes to women's basketball, and the league is banking on her being a generational talent who changes the way people view the sport. She's got sponsors lining up, highlight reels going viral, and a whole new audience tuning in just to see her play. That's not something the WNBA can afford to let slip away. Clark, for her part, has handled the situation with class. No overreactions, no dramatic interviews, just business as usual. She doesn't get caught up in the nonsense. She knows that her game does all the talking for her. That's why people respect her. She doesn't just play basketball, she carries herself like a professional. She understands the bigger picture, growing the league, inspiring the next generation, and proving that women's basketball deserves the spotlight. And the way she's playing, it's clear that she's just getting started. The WNBA needs to do everything in its power to protect its biggest star and ensure that the game keeps growing. Because right now, Caitlin Clark isn't just playing basketball, she's changing it. But let's not just blame Carter. This is a reflection of a larger issue in the WNBA, lack of accountability. For too long, players have been getting away with reckless play and unsportsmanlike behavior with minimal consequences. The league preaches professionalism, but when it comes to enforcing discipline, let's just say they've been about as strict as a substitute teacher. In a high school senior class, lots of talk, but not much action. This wasn't the first incident, and if changes aren't made, it won't be the last. The WNBA needs to take a long, hard look at how it handles these situations. If it wants to be taken as seriously as the NBA, it has to hold players to the same professional standards. Period. Right now, the league is sending mixed messages preaching fairness, but allowing players to push the limits without fear of real consequences. That's not how you build credibility. Because let's be honest, if this had happened in the NBA, the player responsible would have been suspended, fined, and possibly blacklisted. The league wouldn't have let it slide. But in the WNBA, it's taken weeks of media pressure for anything to happen. And even then, the punishment barely feels like enough. That's not a good look for a league that is supposed to be evolving and growing. If the WNBA wants to keep new fans invested, they need to show that they take the integrity of the game seriously. That means enforcing rules, protecting players, and making it clear that reckless behavior won't be tolerated. This isn't about one incident, it's about the culture of the league as a whole. When players feel like they can get away with anything, it damages the entire sport. Fans want to see competition, not chaos. They want passion, not unnecessary drama. The WNBA is at a turning point, and how they handle moments like this will determine whether they grow into a powerhouse league or continue to struggle for mainstream respect. It's time to step up and take control before it's too late. Real talk, Carter needs to do some serious damage control if she wants another shot in professional basketball. And we're not talking about just a half-hearted apology on social media. She needs to go all in PR rehab, community service, a heartfelt public apology, maybe even a one-on-one sit-down with Caitlin Clark herself. She has to show the world that she's not just some reckless player with an attitude problem. If she plays her cards right, maybe, just maybe, she can turn things around. Right now, though, things aren't looking great. The WNBA is growing at an unprecedented rate, and with that growth comes more media attention, bigger sponsors, and higher expectations. Players who can't adapt to that reality will find themselves out of the league faster than a bad free throw shooter in crunch time. There's no room for unnecessary drama anymore. This isn't just a game, it's a business. Carter needs to prove that she's not just about the highlight reels and viral moments. She has to show that she can control her emotions, be a team player, and put basketball first. It's not just about skill anymore, it's about professionalism, reputation, and the willingness to grow. If she doesn't change her ways, her legacy won't be defined by her talent, but by one moment of recklessness that she refused to take responsibility for. And that would be a tragedy for someone with so much potential. This whole incident is a wake-up call for the WNBA. The league is at a crossroads. Either it embraces a culture of professionalism and discipline, or it lets drama overshadow the sport. Caitlin Clark is bringing in millions of new fans. The last thing the league needs is unnecessary scandals, dragging it down and shifting the focus away from what really matters, the game itself. This isn't just about one player or one controversy. It's about the league proving that it can handle the attention and scrutiny that comes with growing popularity. The WNBA has been pushing for more recognition and respect for years, and now that they have it, they need to show they can manage it properly. That means cracking down on unsportsmanlike behavior, protecting players from unnecessary aggression, and making sure the competition stays clean and professional. So, what will the WNBA do? Will they tighten their regulations and ensure player safety? Will they step up and show that they are serious about enforcing discipline, just like the NBA does? Or will they continue to let incidents like this happen with little to no repercussions? Time will tell, but one thing is for sure, fans, sponsors, and media outlets will be watching closely, and their response will shape the league's future. The WNBA has a golden opportunity right now. It can ride the wave of popularity that Clark has brought, but only if it proves that it can handle being in the spotlight. That means setting clear rules, enforcing them consistently, and making sure that players who cross the line face real consequences. No more mixed signals. No more favoritism. If the league truly wants to be taken seriously, this is the moment to step up and show the world what they stand for. Chennedy Carter might have just ended her own WNBA career, and honestly, it's tough to feel bad for her. Playing with passion is one thing, every great player does it, but there's a fine line between aggression and recklessness. And Carter, she sprinted right past that line. When you mess with the biggest star in the league, you're bound to face the consequences. That's just how sports work. You can have all the talent in the world, but if you don't have discipline and respect for the game, it won't matter in the long run. If this situation teaches anything, it's that professionalism matters just as much as skill. You can be a great athlete, but if you develop a reputation for being unpredictable, hot-headed, or dangerous to play against, teams won't want to deal with the baggage. Carter had a real shot at making a name for herself, and instead, she made headlines for all the wrong reasons. That's not how you build a lasting career in professional sports. Now let's talk about Caitlin Clark. She's not just another talented player, she's the face of the WNBA right now. Whether people are tuning in to support her or to root against her, the bottom line is this: she's drawing eyes to the league like never before. Every time she steps on the court, she's breaking records and making history. And the way she carries herself, pure professionalism. No unnecessary drama, no social media meltdowns, just straight up business. That's what makes a superstar. The WNBA has to be smart here. They have a golden opportunity to grow like never before, but that means protecting their biggest assets, players like Clark, who are changing the game and bringing in new fans. The league needs to set clear rules and enforce them. Reckless play, cheap shots, and unprofessional behavior. No more passes, no more slap-on-the-wrist punishments. If the WNBA wants to be taken as seriously as the NBA, they need to start acting like it. At the end of the day, this is bigger than just one incident. It's about the culture of the league. Do they want to be known as a competitive, respected, and professional organization? Or will they let drama and bad behavior overshadow the progress they've made? This moment is a turning point, and how the league responds will shape its future. And there you have it. Folks, the fallout from one of the biggest WNBA controversies we've seen in a long time. Chennedy Carter's career, hanging by a thread. Caitlin Clark, still thriving and taking the league to new heights. And the WNBA, well, they've got some serious decisions to make if they want to keep this momentum going. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think Carter deserves another shot, or is this the end of the road for her? And what should the WNBA do to prevent this kind of thing from happening again? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm reading every single one. And hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to smash that like button and subscribe for more hot takes, deep dives, and the latest updates on the WNBA. You won't want to miss what's coming next. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.